recording?
Yeah, I already know.
Cool. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of The Fight Guys. I am Fernando Pimentel, BehindTheGloves.com. Returning crew.
Steven Correño, KO Artist Sports on YouTube. We're going live right now too, guys, so check out the live stream as well. And Dominic's on the way.
Dominic's on the way, and obviously, as you can see to my left, we have Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz has probably the biggest fight to start off the 2017 calendar year. He has his rematch with Carl Frampton. He will be coming in at a role that he's actually used to right now, which is the challenger, because you were the challenger when it came to Mares and everything. Talk to us about this fight with Frampton. Talk to us about the rematch and how glad you are that it's actually the very first fight coming off the loss to Frampton originally.
Yeah, I'm very happy and I'm very excited, ever since I stepped out of the ring, when they gave the decision, they said I lost. I went to the locker room and I was, oh man, I won the rematch. I said, I think I could do better than this, and I was just really motivated to get back in the ring, train hard, and just get back in the ring with Frampton again. Because, I know I did a few mistakes, and I know I didn't fight the fight I'm used to fighting. And I wasn't the fighter I'm always used to, I didn't go, I wasn't at my 100%, in that fight. So I got really motivated, and I said, I got to get back in the ring with him. And now that it's going to happen, and the beginning of the year, I'm very happy, excited, and just ready for that day, for January 28th.
When the fight finished, I remember you had just kind of this look on your face like you wanted it now. Like if they offered you the rematch, like, hey, just get your gloves back on and do it right now, you were like, yeah, let's do it. You just had this, but it's something that obviously you never felt before, right? Because you haven't lost as a professional.
Yeah, no, it was, it was something that, it's shocking when you get the first loss. I wasn't used to saying that for me being the loser, and when I heard the decision and I said, and I heard and knew, and I saw Frampton celebrating and everything, I was just like upset, disappointed, and not only me, but I thought disappointed the fans, because a lot of fans that were counting on me, and I felt that I left them down, and I just, like you said, I just wanted to get the gloves back on and just continue fighting, so that it could be another decision, and hopefully, go towards my way now.
Was there something that he did that just maybe you hadn't seen before, or was it more of a matter of, I know you had your dad was going through his health stuff, and you guys obviously just, not only is he going through that, but just mentally it's your dad, it's your father, I mean, and on top of that it's your trainer too. I mean, would you kind of attribute it to more of that, or he just maybe did certain things that maybe you hadn't really seen before?
No, I think it was, that he was a little bit of his, he surprised me how he moved. Every time I went in, he took a step back, and he had a perfect timing, But those are things that I could adjust to, that I could work on and everything. But for this camp, we didn't work on those, because my dad wasn't here. He didn't. If my dad would have been here, he would have told me. He would have told me to practice those kind of things if I went in and he took a step back, he would have said, counter punching with this or stuff like that. But since my dad wasn't here, I think it was a little bit of both. It was that he did surprise me, and then also because I didn't have my dad there, so it could be a little bit of both. But for this camp, we're not gonna let that take us by surprise.
Let's talk about that relationship with your father, because obviously going back to an older fighter as well, Oscar De La Hoya, his situation with his father when he first lost to Trinidad was the time that his father was actually more loving and everything like that. Give us a backstage of what happened with you and your father in New York when it was announced that you had lost and Frampton had won, and you guys had that private time and private moments in the back in the locker room. What were you guys saying to each other? What was he telling you?
No, my dad was telling me that what happened to me, that wasn't the same, you know, that I didn't fight how I was supposed to fight, that I didn't fight smart fight, that, you know, that my defense wasn't the same, that what happened in the training, because, you know, since my dad wasn't here, he said, oh, what went wrong in the training? And then, well, I told him, well, you weren't with me. I said, that's why, and we didn't have a great game plan. But, you know, hopefully we get the rematch. I'm going to ask for the rematch, and I want you to, in the next time, I want you to be the whole day with me and tell me what to do, how to fight him, and I'm pretty sure in the rematch we're going to get him.
Now tell us what's been different beyond your father just being in your corner. Obviously we saw him right now and he's being his normal self like he always was. He's telling you you're doing this wrong. He's yelling at you. He's doing what a normal dad would do and everything like that. But talk to us about what's been different beyond just your father in this training camp. Obviously we still have a month before the fight, but you're working on your craft.
You look real happy driving your Corvette right there too.
Rather than having my dad here, you know, me myself have a different mind, you know, game plan. Like I'm really motivated, you know. I'm training like if I'm gonna train first time for a world title or something. Like if I really want this fight, you know, cause not only for me, but I want to win this fight for all the fans that are saying that it's gonna be the same fight, that I'm not gonna beat him, and that he's gonna beat me the same way or even worse. I want to prove them all wrong, and also I want to all my fans that are cornering me, I want to make them proud. You know, I want to make them proud. So I'm not doing only this for myself, but for all the world, you know, other fans, and just make it a great fight for other fans.
Was it difficult getting the rematch in Vegas? Because I remember afterwards he was like, well, you know, he considered, I mean, he came to America, so he figured he was coming to your backyard, but really it's the East Coast. I mean, you've never fought there before, so it was kind of foreign to you as well. Like, was it difficult to get this fight, you know, back on U.S.? I mean, obviously Vegas, where it's not your hometown exactly, but you know what I mean, closer kind of to your home, just to kind of get him back in the United States. Was that difficult?
Yeah, I think it was difficult. You know, there were talks, and like I think they didn't want to come to an agreement. First, I think we wanted to make the fight here in L.A. You know, and but he said right away, oh no, not in LA. So he said, let's make it somewhere more like neutral. Yeah. So they told him about Vegas, and he was still, I think he wasn't like that sure that he wanted it there, or maybe I think the manager didn't want it. Mm-hmm. But then they talked, and it was a little bit difficult, but then at last they came to an agreement, and it happened, thank God.
You guys didn't tell him that Vegas was only 3.5 hours away from LA, huh? He didn't know that.
Probably not, but you know, right there it's a tourist place, you know, and Vegas tourist place, you know, a lot of Irish people, you know, when Khan or them, they fight, a lot of people travel and everything, so I think it's really pretty even, you know, cause I think it's gonna be a lot of Irish people flying there, and they're gonna take it as, you know, advantage, so they could come and know and everything. So I think it's pretty good. So
speaking of the Irish fans, you know, you were in Ireland for one of the press conferences. What was that like, and what was kind of the fans, you know, like reception of you? Like, did they kind of like, hey, like they were happy to see you? Were they kind of like, you know, boo, like, you know what I mean? We see them in the crowds, in the fight crowds, and they're, you know, rowdy, and you know, we've seen when Conor McGregor won, they're like not rioting in the streets, but they're like partying in the streets and doing the soccer chants and stuff. Well, how was it for you when you were over there?
It was really great. I was surprised, you know. The truth, I was nervous. I was kind of scared at the beginning. I was scared that they were gonna, you know, boo me, and they were gonna treat me right or stuff like that. But you know, actually they did want to see me. You know, they were happy to see me. A lot of people, they wanted to take pictures with me and everything. So when I saw that, I was relaxed. I was happy for that, and I even thanked them for receiving me with, you know, like that, and I was just happy to be there too, because yeah, they were great.
Talk to us about that feeling. You know, obviously you're a Mexican fighter, you're here from Los Angeles, you travel overseas, you go all the way over there to Ireland and everything, and you get that type of reception. Does that actually just go more to show that your style, that the way you fight, the people you have fought, has been more appreciated than other fighters have taken it? Because I remember Abner, when he was fighting you, he says you haven't fought anybody, and you're just, you know, you're just beating nobodies and everything. But obviously they in Ireland, they respect you, they loved you, they gave you so much admiration. Does that say more about who you are and who you've been and what you've done in the ring?
And yeah, I think so. You know, I think that it does. You know, it shows that people, you know, respect me, that they love how I am, that how I fight, and that makes me, you know, really happy. You know, to know that, and it just makes me happy to be who I am, because of that, how I am and everything. People love me, and they support me. No, people from over there, they were even surprised, because they say, oh, every time people come over here, they boo them or they don't like them.
Really?
And I think you're the first guy that comes here and people love you and they want to see you and take pictures with you. And I think it's just how I am, how I'm towards them. I show them respect to all of them too and everything. And I always try to my best. And I think also that they love how I fought. The fight against Frampton, and then I didn't talk no crap or nothing, and that we were both very respectful.
Yeah, you actually didn't even put any excuses. We all knew the whole thing about your father and everything like that. But even then, you put no excuses forward onto losing and why it happened. Talk to us about actually that fight, that first fight. You had Mikey on the undercard as your co-main event, and you're actually having Mikey again as the undercard co-main event in this event, plus the fact that it's going to be in Vegas. We know Mexican fans love to travel to Vegas, and it's right after the holidays, so talk to us about having Mikey there as well again.
It was great to have Mikey there. He's a great fighter, and that pushes me even harder. Want to push myself harder because I know Mikey's going to give a great fight. He's going to go out there and give the fans a great fight, so that makes me want to work harder and push myself to give a great fight too, because sometimes you want your fight to be the best, the best of the night, and to beat fight against Mikey, you have to look really good, and that's what we're trying to do. It pushes me more to go out there and look better.
What was the food like in Ireland? I was wondering, what did you eat in Ireland? Did you like it? What was that like?
I like I didn't try like new things or anything. I ate some chicken. And there was like this pasta. It was actually really good. I liked it. I ate that twice, and then I also tried some chicken. It was like in a stick. It was like kind of barbecue, but it had like kind of like peanut butter.
Like a kebab?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like a kebab, but it had like peanut butter. I thought it was some kind of sauce, but it was like it tasted kind of like peanut butter. It was actually not that bad. It was good. And then I took some sandwiches too, and that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering if you like tried a Mexican restaurant out there or something like that.
I don't think I would have found it. We were really quick. We just went and it was really quick, so we didn't have time to go check them.
He brought up your fight with Abner Mares. We kind of talked about it earlier, but you were just there 2 weeks ago at the Galen Center. You were ringside. Tell us what you saw. Kind of break down the fight for us.
Yeah, no, it happened like I expected. They asked me about that fight, and I said if Mares stays there and try to exchange punches with Cuellar could catch him because he's a strong fighter. He's really hard, and that's what he loves to do. Bang. But if Mares is smart, he boxes him, he moves, he throws combinations, and goes to decision. I said Mares is gonna take it, and that's what happened. And I think Cuellar, he was a little bit slow. Every time he's gonna throw a punch, he showed it, and Mares could move or block that punch. So I think it was just a matter that Mares, he was really smart. He did what he had to do, and he did that to win the fight.
It's kind of a crazy scenario right now. It's like a hot time for your division, the featherweight division, because it's almost like, okay, Cuellar lost. He didn't have the right game plan. Like you said, he looked like he was telegraphing his punches and stuff like that. But I don't think people really see it as like, I don't want to see Cuellar again. I think it's just like, wow, like, okay, well, we'll see what's next with him. Like I was telling you, everyone was calling your name afterwards. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think kind of similar with your fight. I mean, if you win your fight, I don't think Frampton, goes to like, okay, well, forget Frampton. I think it's more like, okay, well, let's see Frampton versus Cuellar. Let's see Frampton versus Mares. So, like, how is it like in your mind, kind of going in this time as a featherweight and just kind of seeing all these names available to you, once you're done with this fight?
No, it makes me, feel happy because I get more opportunity. Hopefully I get the win against Frampton, and it shows that there's more great fights out there that could be done, like you said, against Mares. Maybe you could fight, against Cuellar too. There's Gary Russell, Oscar Valdez, Lee Selby, all those big names, out there, and I'm happy because there's still gonna be great fights out there that the fans are gonna wanna love to see, and those are the fights I wanna give them.
Talk to us about, continuing on with that 126 division. You even said it, Oscar Valdez, Abner Mares, Joseph Diaz, Lee Selby, and everything. Mares, after beating Cuellar, as he alluded to, called you out, says he wants the rematch or the winner of Frampton versus Leo Santa Cruz. Where do you want to go? Obviously not overlooking Frampton and everything, but where would you want to go? Let's say victory or defeat, where would you want to go? Where would you say, this fight seems like the best one to happen, we need to make this one next, or this needs to happen? And would you like to bring back, obviously, your fights here to Los Angeles?
Oh yeah, I think, hopefully, if everything goes great, get this fight, if we get the win against Carl Frampton, maybe even the third fight against him. Because if if the fight is pretty close, or if it goes, if I win by decision, but a pretty close fight, I know he's gonna win the third fight, and I'm happy to give it to him. If not, the rematch against Mares, and if we if we don't get the win against Frampton, well, I don't know. I think we've gotta maybe fight those fighters like Mares and Lisobi, get ourselves up there again, and then once we feel we're ready now and we could beat Frampton, we could fight him again. But I'm willing to. But first, we want to see what happens this fight and see how it goes, and then we will see who we fight.
Want to get your take on last weekend's fight. Bernard Hopkins, 51 years old, almost 52. Looked was competitive, in there, and then next thing you know, he's like outside of the ring. You know what I mean? So what did you think when you saw that fight?
No, at the beginning, the first round, I thought, you could see that, Hopkins hadn't fought in a long time because he wasn't really. He looked like he was like. Maybe didn't want to fight that much. He was it looked like he was kind of maybe scared. I don't know.
His movement even looked kind of like an old man kind of right?
He wasn't moving quick or stuff. He wasn't. You could feel the rust in him and everything. But then, like you say, later rounds he started landing the right and he started landing good punches and everything. But then also when the guy he's a lot younger, he's strong. When he caught him, he threw outside the ring. I was surprised and I was scared because when he fell and he hit his head. I saw his eyes popping out, and you could see white, and I thought he was maybe dead or something because he didn't even move. So I was like, what happened? I was scared, but then I saw he reacted, so I was like, oh, good, thank God.
Yeah, when we were ringside and we saw him fly out of the ring, and then we didn't see anything because he was down there for a while, and so we were kind of like, oh, crap, because obviously he's 51 years old, right? I mean, any regular 51-year-old falls down and it's they might have broke something or whatever. No, that was kind of crazy. But obviously you're looking forward to your fight, your whole card. What fights in 2017 are you looking forward to, just as a boxing fan?
For me to fight or for?
No, just like as a fan, just outside of your fights.
As a fan, I'm hoping Canelo against Triple G or against Chavez. Those are great fights. But then Triple G against Jacob, that's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be an exciting fight, pretty even fight. But and also Danny Garcia against Thurman, another great fight.
That is a good one.
Crawford, I would like to see him against maybe let's say Pacquiao or Spence. Yeah, that'll be a great matchup too, right there. And there's other great fights that I would like to see, and Anthony Joshua against maybe against Wilder. Against Wilder. He's gonna fight against Klitschko, but I think he's gonna beat Klitschko, and then I would like to see him fight against Wilder. That'll be a great fight.
Yeah, that'd be a really good one.
A lot of people may not catch things like that, but you mentioned yourself you want to fight people like Valdez.
Yeah.
You already said right now. Why did his name? Crawford should fight Spence and everything like that. Obviously, those are cross-promotion type of fights and everything like that. A lot of people in Top Rank, Bob Arum himself, and even then with the John Molina Crawford fight being made, have alluded that maybe Top Rank and PBC are going to start working with one another and actually making better fights and not in-house fights and everything like that. Your thoughts on just fights like that actually might be in the future for the fans.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. They've been saying that they're gonna work together, and they already they made the Molina and Crawford, PBC and Top Rank. They made that fight, and so I think they're gonna start working, and that it's good for us, and not only for us but for the fans, because those are the fights that fans want to see. And me, I want to fight the best. I don't want to fight opponents that are not unknown, because then people say, oh, why are you fighting on nobody, stuff like that. So right now, all I want is big fights. With people that the fans want me to fight, like Oscar, Valdez, Lisobi, Gary Russell, and all those top featherweights. That's the fights I want to fight.
Your thoughts on Valdez? He's had an amazing 2016. He became a champion on his second fight this year, defended it once, and then obviously was earlier in April fought on the Pacquiao card. Your thoughts on Valdez as a fighter?
I think he's a great fighter. He has great punches. He's pretty strong fighter and everything, and he always does what he has to do to win the fight. But I think that one mistake he does, or something like a flaw I see in him, is that he gets tired. I think the first 3 rounds he tries to knock you out. You know, he throws with everything he got, and I think that if he faces a fighter that moves and that don't stay there to get caught with those big punches, later on he's gonna get tired, and then in the later rounds he's gonna get beat. That's how I see it. You know, if I ever fight him, that's how I would like to fight him. You know, be smart, not get caught with those big punches, let him get tired, and then right there I break him down little by little and just win the fight like that.
All right, your thoughts on 2016. Let me know, besides your fight versus Carl Frampton, what you believe to be 2016's fight of the year.
I think it was Vargas against
Salido?
Yeah, I think against Murray was last.
Yeah, it was last year in November. It was on the Canelo Cotto
okay.
undercard. Yeah.
Yeah, so probably I think, you know, Vargas against Salido, I think that was, you know, the best fight. I think it was a great fight. They were going back and forth, toe to toe, and they were both bloody and everything. So I think that was fight of the year.
He won fight of the year 2 years in a row, because Miura was 2015, and then he won it for that one.
Yeah.
Who do you think is WBC just made Jojo Diaz the prospect of the year? Would you agree with that, or do you think there's maybe someone else out there that people are kind of sleeping on?
Well, right now that the only person I think of is Joseph Diaz. You know, he's a great fighter. I spar with him too. He's a great guy. You know, great person, really great punch and everything. So I think he deserves it. You know, because he's working hard. He's moving. He's getting himself up there, and he's a great fighter that could give anybody problems.
Now, going back to him talking about the WBC, they made that ruling where the father can't be the chief trainer and everything.
Really?
Obviously, that affects you because your father trains you. It affects their WBC welterweight champion because Danny Garcia's father trains him. Talk to us about that ruling, and why do you even believe a ruling like that was even made?
I heard about it not long ago. I heard about that rule, and you know, I was surprised, and I said, so that means that my dad's not gonna be able to be in my corner if I fight for the WBC or something. And then I heard that they made that because, you know, they said that in one fight there was this kid who was fighting, and his dad was in the corner, and I think that he was supposed to stop the fight, and that didn't stop it because, you know, his son, and he like, oh no, I want my son to. I think like he could win, and he didn't stop the fight, and his son was getting hit a lot and everything, and then after the fight, the kid died. The kid died, and I think that's the reason they're doing that. But you know, my dad, he loves me. My dad said, if I ever see you getting hurt, or I see that you have no chance of winning the fight, and I'm gonna stop the fight. It depends just what kind of dad you have. And my dad, he will never like to see me get hurt or get beat up like that. If he sees that I'm hurt or something, my dad's gonna stop the fight right away. So I think it depends what kind of dad you are, and I think any dad would do the best to protect his son. I think he will protect you even more than any other guy, because other guy, they don't really care about you. They want you to win the fight and stuff like that. But your dad, they will care more about your health.
Yeah. No, I didn't even know about that. So what happens then? Does your dad need to be like the third in charge, or how does that like?
I haven't really. That's what I haven't really.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I haven't really like. I don't know what we haven't even talked about it.
Right.
Yeah, because I didn't know that my dad was gonna be able to, because I think this fight against Frampton, we're gonna fight for the WBC Diamond Belt too.
Oh. Okay.
So if my dad's not gonna be able to be there with me, I don't know. I'm probably we're gonna fight for it, or I don't know what we're gonna do, because I want my dad to be there.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's gonna.
Fight
Yeah, but we haven't talked about it, or nobody has told us nothing about that. My dad can't be in the corner, so we don't know. That's something I think we're gonna have to sit down and talk about.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
All right, well, Leo, your message to the fans, obviously, before your fight on January 28th on Showtime, and also your message for the fans for the holidays. You know, Christmas is coming up right around the corner, and so is New Year's.
Yeah, no, to all my fans, that I wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, you know, Happy New Year. Be safe. Don't do nothing dangerous, nothing like that. No drinking, driving. Be safe, and just wish you all guys the best. And hopefully, you know, at the beginning of the year, I give you guys a great, you know, gift and give you guys the victory, you know, against Carl Frampton. We're training really hard, and we're really motivated to go out there and give the fans another great fight, even better than the first one. And hopefully, we get our title back. So it's best wishes, best holidays, and wish you nothing but the best. Yeah.
As Leo Santa Cruz said, join him Also Carl Frampton, Dijon, and Mikey Garcia, January 28th, Las Vegas, MGM Grand, 2017, on Showtime. If you're not going to be there, we, the Fight Guys, will be giving out a media program that will be signed by Carl Frampton and Leo Santa Cruz.
So if you're okay signing it.
Please. Leo's for the fans. So we'll have that for you guys coming up then as a giveaway. We are talking about the same thing we did for Mars and Quera. Not yet though, but we'll let you guys know if that does happen. Anything else you have to add, Steven?
No, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. This year we started this project with the Fight Guys. We're trying to bring you guys, local fighters, champions like Leo Santa Cruz and stuff. So please keep tuning in, subscribe to the Fight Guys _ channel, KO Artist Sports on YouTube, Barbershop Conversations, Friends Not Here. But yeah, subscribe to us and we'll keep bringing you guys good stuff.
And also, as he stated, we started this project around, about a week after Canelo versus Smith and everything like that, so it's been good. Thank you guys for continuous support and everything. We have one more episode coming up this year, and that'll be our 2016 recap. We'll give you guys our Fight of the Year, Trainer of the Year, Moment of the Year. We'll even make some categories up. Trust me, we'll have fun. But until then, we'll see you guys. Fernando Pimentel for Behind the Gloves and the Fight Guys, saying we'll see you at the fights. Thanks.